Hello, good morning, and it is very early in the morning. It's Tuesday, the 20th of April, and I've just had a quick breakfast in my house in Bath, and I'm just about to set off on my 400-kilometre DIY audax for this year. It's part of my Super Randonneur series of 200, 300, 400, and 600-kilometre rides. So this is the third. I did the 300 up through the borders of England and Wales recently, and today I'm heading down to Sussex. I'll talk to you more on the road, but meantime, I'm going to let my breakfast go down and I aim to be on the road for 5 a.m. I'll see you somewhere on the road. It's now 9:45 and the sun's just come out. I'm going to take some clothes off, strip down a few layers. I'm right on the border of Wiltshire and Hampshire. I'm in the lovely little village of Westdean. Some picnic tables here. I'm about to go up there anyway. The sun's just come out, it's really warming up. Quick update of progress. It's quite nippy coming out of Bath. I was glad to have all the layers on and a woolly hat. There was a lovely sort of large gibbous moon. It's quite close to the horizon, so it looked massive. Making quite good progress down through the Wiley Valley. Looking forward to stopping at Greg's in Salisbury. And I didn't see it, but I certainly felt it. I went over a stone. It was almost like a bit of railway ballast in Wilton High Street. And I just got up to the outskirts of Salisbury and my back tyre went flat. I normally bring two spare inner tubes, so I've used one. Anyway, changed it very quickly. I'm pretty sure it's a snake bite, an impact puncture. It feels okay, fingers crossed. Stopped in Greg's, that was really nice. It's warming up quite nicely, so I'm going to strip off. I'll show you a little bit about my luggage on the route, but I've got this small bag here, so in that is, what is that? That's going to be my clothes bag. There you can see that I'm in shorts. I just got normal socks from home. I've just rolled them down a bit. I can roll them up later on after dark. So I've taken my leg warmers off, my woolly hat, my high vis, my neck ruff, thermal arm warmers. I've got these much thinner ones on. I think those will be coming off later on. All the high vis stuff, that's going to compress quite nicely in that sack. I'll show you what I mean. That's just gone into one of my waterproof stuff sacks I use for camping. That's not much bigger than a hand size. There's my saddlebag. So I'm on my Paradise Super C. That's the larger of the two versions. The smaller audax one I think is 12 litres. This is 23. Tons of room in there. I've got a Mac for later on as well. I've got all my bivvy stuff. I'll show you as I go along. I've got my Technet 15,000 milliamp power pack in there. So at the moment I'm just charging the front light and head torch that I used earlier on. Then when I bivvy tonight, I'll just put the Garmin in and probably the front light as well, just so I've got full charge when I set off. Anyway, going to carry on up that way. The route, so I've come down through Salisbury. I'm sort of diagonally across Hampshire, avoiding Southampton. Then I'll come into the back of Portsmouth on Portsdown. That's the very distinctive landmark. It's like a sheer vertical white cliff overlooking Portsmouth Harbour. It's fantastic views up there. So I'll probably do my next video clip there. It's now 10 to 1. I'm up on Portsdown. So right in front of me, there's almost like a sheer drop, and it's white chalk cliffs. They're very distinctive from down at Portsmouth. And then you've got the big urban sprawl of Cosham, and then the other side of the motorway and the railway is Portsea Island. That Portsmouth is basically on an island. It is actually detached from the mainland, although they're quite busy bridges. But it's best if I give you a view because it's pretty spectacular up here. Get a load of that. van, so I'm going to treat myself to an ice cream before I go. Look how blue that sea is. So from here we drop down off this big hill, and then it just becomes very flat as we hug the coast along, basically towards the outskirts of Brighton. Goes through Chichester, then it heads south down to Bognor Regis, and then it pretty much hugs the coast along towards Brighton, and it turns just before there, Shoreham by Sea. It looks really nice. I street viewed it the other day where I cross over the River Arder, just before it flows in the sea. There's a toll bridge there. It looks really, really nice. That'd be my halfway point. If I get there before 5 PM, that'd be really good. About 4:30, 5 PM at this rate, I think. Got less than 30 miles to go now. Well under half my time allowance. I'm really hoping I can get 90 minutes sleep tonight, because 400s are quite tricky to ride, and I've found, for me personally, I can make them so much easier if I just sleep. I just go and try and get one full sleep cycle, 90 minutes. It's now 20 to 6 and I'm past my halfway point. The afternoon leg was actually quite hard. The moment I left Portsdown Hill, it was down into quite a troublesome headwind actually, and the road was quite rough, bumpy, and there's a lot of traffic. All in all, it's actually quite a hard afternoon. I rode into Chichester. My Garmin was playing up. It's not giving me the arrow prompts, and the cursor and the track are quite away from each other, which is okay on main roads because there can't be an alternative. But as I was going through Chichester, it was taking me through cycle paths, and I made a few mistakes, 200 yards up the road, and I got the off course alarm. So again, audax, it's one of those challenges. Not quite sure what that is. I'll have to investigate that when I get home. So that sort of added to how hard it was. By the time I got to Bognor Regis, it was really, really sunny, and I've been in short sleeves and shorts, most of the morning and all afternoon. I've just put this on now. So anyway, I got to Shoreham by Sea, crossed over the river bridge, crossed over a really busy road, looked for somewhere to sort of have my evening meal, and I've already started climbing up into the South Downs. I'm outside, is it St Botolph's Church? Never heard of that saint before. So I'm doing okay. Just starting to feel the temperature cool a little bit. So have a few more minutes here, then I'll be pressing on that way. At the moment it looks like I'm on some nice lanes, and also the wind feels beneficial. I'm a little bit concerned about a stretch of off-road I'm going to do. It's only about a mile or so up to Chanctonbury Ring, but I don't really want to be doing that in the dark. I can detour and use a main road, but I'm hoping maybe I'll be there before dark. So sunset tonight's 14 minutes past 8, so I've got like 2.25 hours, 2.5 hours. A little bit about the power packs I bring out. That is a small stick I bring out. It's got an on and off button. You've got to switch it on and switch it on off. That's what I plug into Garmin all the time on all my audax rides. Every time I stop, it will just top it up. This is the big power bank I bought for this trip, 15,000 milliamp hours. So first thing this morning, for a few hours I had the light on and the head torch, so I just put those both in the saddlebag. You switch it on and it will just stay on until both devices are charged, and then it will switch itself off, so you cannot discharge the battery accidentally. I'm just going to put the phone in there in a minute, because I can put that in the saddlebag and again just top it up while I'm riding, and know that once the phone's charged it will just switch off and conserve power. When I get to my bivvy stop, I'll put that in and I'll probably top that up as well, maybe even do the light depending on how many hours I've been using it for. Quick update, it's 8:15 and I had a bit of a setback. I took this no-through road which was going to turn into a track to take me up to Chanctonbury Ring, and first of all I overshot it, and when I came back, because the Garmin's playing up, I just spotted where I thought it was and I had my second puncture, so sort of morale was a bit low there. I asked this family, is that the road up to Chanctonbury Ring? It should have been about a mile. Cut a long story short, I went up and up in some woods. I passed the walker and he said, yeah, Chanctonbury Ring up here. I was just a bit concerned of getting lost in woods. I mean, I just saw myself bivvying in there overnight if I didn't get myself out quick. Cut long story short, I retraced. I probably lost about 45 minutes an hour and a lot of sweat, getting very low on water. Just headed for main road because that little loop was avoiding a main road, and I just, in hindsight, I wish I'd just used the main road, but I knew it'd get me back on course, so it has. So I stopped at this one-stop shop, got myself some energy, but about half a mile back I eventually saw like a community hall, went in, asked if I could use their toilets. There was some clean sinks there to fill up with water, and I've got 2 energy drinks and got loads of food for the night. I think I've probably lost my sleep for tonight, so revised plan is I'm going to head for Sutton Scottish Services, try and get a coffee there at least, bit of hot food if possible, and I might just get my space blanket and wrap myself in that for about half an hour. I'm going to need something, I think, but yeah, it's going to be a ride through the night, so I'm just togging up here as well, putting on some warm clothes and some high vis. Okay, 10:15 in the middle of Sussex. I'm a few miles from Midhurst, and I've just used my last inner tube and it's just gone down. I've just stopped here. I've been putting patches on the inner tubes. One of them's completely spent, it just will not patch, so I've got 2. Every time I mend the puncture, I've just been going round the canvas and the outside, and I've eventually found that there's a split on the sidewall, so I'm going to have to hole up for the night. I will finish the distance, but I'm going to be well out of time. I'm going to find somewhere to hole up for the night. I might even ask these people if I can sleep in this barn here actually, and then just make my way into Midhurst tomorrow. Hopefully there's a bike shop there, and just get myself a replacement tyre. Sort of gutted, but these things happen, don't they? Yeah, right, it's because I got 90 miles to go, and I'm not going to get through the night on a tyre. I have got a boot in there, so I'm going to try booting the tyre. I might just knock on these people's door actually before it gets too late and ask if I can stay in there. Okay then, quick bit of filming. I have to be very quiet. I've got to Midhurst, checked my phone to see if there's a bike shop here for the morning, and there is, and it's literally just round the corner. I can't find the church porch, but I've got this underground car park. It's quite a heat trap in here. It is quite lit up, but I've got my blackout mask. There's all my setup there, so I've got the space blanket, the sleeping pad, bivy bag, a pillow, and I've got pretty much all my clothes on actually, including the woolly hat, and as I said, the blackout mask. So 11:30, probably going to get 7 or 8 hours sleep actually, unless I get moved on during the night. Guy just walking his dog came back, sort of said hello. I think he thought I was up to something suspicious, so whether he calls the police or not, I don't know, but I think it's a valid reason. I just need to hang around for a few hours. Anyway, good night, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, it's now just gone 6:30, so situation update. This is where I slept last night. I just had my bivy bag down alongside there. I got so cold during the night, I had to put all my items of clothing on, including 2 sets of gloves, 2 hats, everything, 2 armoires, and in the end I got up middle of the night, I was shivering, and I took the space blanket from underneath the sleep mat where it's protecting it really more than anything, and I wrapped that around inside me, and it just gave me a little bit of core temperature rise, and I don't think I've slept much. So this is sort of like the location. You can see a residential area. I'm going to make sure I leave absolutely no trace even somewhere like here. I've just re-evaluated. I've just checked the back tyre, and it seems to be holding. With a heavy heart, I'm going to ride to Petersfield and get the train because I'm cold at the moment, and if I wait around here for two and a half hours to get a new inner tube and tyre, I'm just going to start losing more body heat. At least if I start riding now, it's 10 miles, I'm going to warm up, and I've just train lined some trains, and there's several trains for about £28.45 down to Portsmouth Harbour. Then I'll even be able to get off at my local railway station, Oldfield Park. So yeah, it sort of went quite wrong yesterday. The Garmin playing up all day was quite a hassle, to be honest, but you know, it's one of those things I was determined to overcome it. And then mending those punctures last night, literally sticking patches on in the middle of the countryside as the temperature dropped, was just something else really. And I just never really warmed up again after that. Anyway, final bit of packing. I'm going to give my darling wife a call in a minute. She should be up by now. And then off to Petersfield. I got off the train at Bath Spa to avoid waiting 20 minutes just to get off at my local station, Oldfield Park. Rode home, 300 or 400 yards from my home. The rear tyre is just blown out again. So yeah, one of those videos, to be honest. I want to sort of share it because it just shows what can happen when things go wrong. I gotta admit, I was quite low during the night, especially when in pitch black, trying to stick those patches on the tyre, realising one of the three was completely useless. Gonna push my bike home now, literally just a couple of streets away, and that'll be it really. I have to say, as I was coming into Petersfield, I took that 10-mile gamble. I started getting some lifts actually. I saw the sign 6 miles to go, 5 miles to go. Once I got to 5 miles to go, I thought, well, even if it goes now, it's shorter push to Petersfield than it is back to Midhurst. And then I saw a bus pass me, and I thought, well, the worst comes to worst, I can flag a bus down at a bus stop and bus it. Anyway, with that, as usual, if you've got this far, thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.